Hey Sandra at R3, this is your T50 booster. I've got ready to test for you. A couple things we'll go over. The very large diaphragm, the vacuum diaphragm, had been sitting in brake fluid and is saturated. In fact, you can see some of it leaching through on the bag here. So you got a new diaphragm. Your air filter assembly, which has a poppet, has two rubber poppets and two rubber gaskets inside as one poppet. They're tied together, and that was rebuilt because they were saturated with brake fluid as well. And interestingly enough, the Germans did not make these parts resistant to brake fluid. They're great for vacuum, but not for brake fluid. Got your new stainless steel sleeve inside here. This one was pitted and rusted from having sat for quite a while. And of course, they got the original CAD plating. And now we're going to test your booster. And so let's take a look at the gauges here. This is the vacuum side, and this is what's called constant. And this is what the vacuum pump and what your car is putting out. And it's going to stay at absolute vacuum, whatever that output is. And while the booster is being utilized, which is when it's activated, this gauge, which is reading the same vacuum as this gauge, when the booster is activated, this gauge is going to go down to 0 when the booster is fully activated. And the takeoff for that is this test fitting on top of the booster, so you can test this in the car whenever you want to. Next, we're going to over here on the hydraulic side, we've got the hydraulic input, and these two gauges are tied together. So when this gauge goes up, goes up and maxes out, this other gauge takes over and reads final input pressure. And the same with the output. These two gauges are tied together. This gauge goes up and reads max pressure here, and then this gauge reads final pressure. And I'll show you how they work. Right now we have no vacuum, so what we're going to do is just read input, and output should read the same. You can see the gauge is going up. So we got our max 350 here, 350 here, and no boost, approximately 350 there. Now we're going to hit with vacuum. Now we're activating the booster. Full activation. Recovery. Now, let's go over here and watch the hydraulic portion. Here's our output, 900 psi. Full activation. Now what we're going to do is come down here and take a look at the booster, make sure we got no leaks from our bleed screws, no leak from this joint right here, nothing coming in from right here. Fully activated, full pressurization. Show you everything at one time. There we go. That is a good booster. Thank you for sending it to me.